Our top story here tonight, the bodies being found in Houston bayous. Houston police report another body was just recovered today from the Buffalo Bayou area near Jensen and East downtown. So if you've been watching and keeping track alongside us, that is 4 bodies recovered in 4 days.
Bodies in the bayou. It is a term that we have heard here in Houston many times in the past, but not like we have over the past week.
Yes, 5 bodies have been discovered in our city's bayous over the last week.
Residents are demanding more surveillance along our bayous after another body is found in a Houston waterway.
Police say a woman's body was found in Buffalo Bayou near Commerce and Milam Streets downtown last night. This is the 6th body recovered in less than 2 weeks from bayous across town.
Enough is enough of misinformation, wild speculation by either social media, elected officials, candidates, the media. We do not have any evidence that there is a serial killer loose in Houston, Texas. Let me say that again. There is no evidence that there is a serial killer loose on the streets of Houston.
So this year alone, 14 bodies have been found in Houston waterways, and in 5 days, 5 bodies were found in Houston waterways. They're saying there's no serial killer, but what do you think? Here's what's going on. Welcome to Houston, Texas. Population 2.5 million people, but if you talk about the Houston metropolitan area, there's about 7.5 million people. Now, for those of you who don't know, Houston is the 4th largest city in America, behind New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago, and it's a Democrat-run city. Now, in the past month, bodies have been appearing in bayous in and around Houston, Texas. First, what's a bayou? Well, in Texas, a bayou is a slow-moving stream or a swampy waterway, generally used for drainage and flood control. Now, the city of Houston has so many of these bayous, it's actually nicknamed Bayou City. Now, in Houston, bodies are found all the time in these bayous. Now, here's a news report from 6 years ago about the amount of bodies being pulled out of these waterways.
Now, Channel 2 Investigates is mapping the bodies. In Harris County alone, we discovered at least 40 dead people have been pulled from our bayous since 2015.
It's stunning. I mean, I'm almost speechless. I don't know what to think of it.
Of the 40, we found only 6 were clear-cut homicides. In twice as many cases, the manner of death remains undetermined. Autopsy records show the greatest share of victims met their end by accidental drowning.
After taking a closer look at the numbers, it would in fact appear that most of the people who die in our bayous don't die by murder, but sometimes by misadventure.
Now let's fast forward to 2025. Obviously, they've been finding people in these bayous all the time, but something different started occurring maybe about 4 weeks ago. First, they found 1 body, then they found 2 bodies, then a 3rd body in 3 days were found in bayous around town.
Also breaking from West Houston, HPD reports another body has been found in a local body of water. This time it's White Oak Bayou.
This is the 3rd body reported in the bayou this week. Just yesterday, body was found in a canal near Greens Bayou off the East Freeway. Another one reported on Medical Service Drive at Spur 5 at Brays Bayou. And our records show that marks 12 bodies reported in local bodies of water or bayous just in 2025.
So that's 3 bodies recovered in 2 days. And then police recovered a 4th body the next day.
Our top story here tonight, the bodies being found in Houston bayous. Houston police report another body was just recovered today from the Buffalo Bayou area near Jensen and East downtown. So if you've been watching and keeping track alongside us, that is 4 bodies recovered in 4 days.
Okay, so you got 4 days, 4 bodies. There is no way that they're going to find a 5th body in 5 days, right? That's essentially impossible.
Houston police say another body was recovered from Buffalo Bayou this morning. It marks the 5th body found in Houston bayous in just a week's time. Fox 26's Andrea Rodriguez reports.
At around 8 this morning, Houston police were called here to Buffalo Bayou near North York Street for a report of a body found in the water. After officers responded, they confirmed 1 person was found dead on arrival. That's the 5th one this week and the 14th this year.
So they pulled out 5 bodies in 5 days, and people started saying, we may have a serial killer problem. That's a lot of bodies in a very short amount of time. But the mayor and officials said, nothing to see here. We do not have a serial killer problem. Let the process play out.
5, enough is enough. That is Mayor John Whitmire's response to rumors spreading on social media that a serial killer is on the loose in Houston.
The rumors started flying after word spread that 5 bodies were pulled from local bayous in 5 days last week.
Yeah, Lynn and Mia, the mayor and the police chief say the misinformation and speculation is stoking fear and anxiety unnecessarily, and says there is no clear evidence, and was clear there is no evidence of a serial killer.
I do say enough's enough on speculation, out of respect for the families and also for 2.3 million Houstonians and our region. We have challenges. We're meeting those challenges. But a serial killer loose in Houston is not one of our challenges today. And I would hope.
And the mayor says there is a myriad of reasons people have been ending up in the bayou. He says some of them may be homeless, some of them may be experiencing mental health crises. But he says the timing of this set off an alarm, but again, reiterated, there is no evidence that a serial killer is on the loose in Houston.
So everybody felt okay with that. Okay, this just happened to be a crazy coincidence. 5 bodies in 5 days. It's not like they're going to find more bodies all of a sudden. Oh no, they did.
Afternoon, we continue to follow news out of downtown Houston. A woman's body was found overnight in the bayou, and police say she was discovered just off Commerce and Milam, not far from the University of Houston downtown. This latest discovery comes after a week of rumors and speculation spreading online, with some people claiming there's a serial killer targeting victims near the water. But city officials shut down those claims.
But this makes the 6th body found in or near Houston bayous in the past 2 weeks. So we pressed police this morning. Is there a connection? Here's what they told us.
No, I mean, at this time, there's no indication. There's nothing that would give us that indication.
We do not have any evidence.
Earlier this week at a press conference, officials said the bodies found in the last week are just an unfortunate circumstance, noting Houston has 2,500 miles of bayous and waterways. And both Mayor Whitmire and HPD Chief Diaz reiterated that there is no evidence to suggest that any of these deaths are connected.
Now, I'm going to say it. If you live near one of these bayous, you got to be concerned, because those are a lot of bodies being found in these Houston area bayous in a very short amount of time. And I understand the police say, well, these bodies aren't connected. There's no evidence of a serial killer. But you got to understand why people are concerned, right? But there's bodies being pulled out of the water every day. So now the mayor and local authorities gave some other excuses on what's happening. They believe that most of these bodies are of homeless people and they're not being killed by serial killers. This is essentially how homeless people bury their dead.
We have 2,500 miles of bayous or waterways in Houston, Texas. We have homeless living underneath the bridge. What do you think when a homeless person dies from an illness, diabetes or cancer? What do you think his friends and associates do? They do not take him to a funeral home. Unfortunately, the homeless, when they pass, often end up in the bayou. Reason why we're working so hard to get the homeless off the streets of Houston. Alcohol plays a major role. Mental health plays a major role. Unfortunately, there are 2,500 miles of bayous, and people are exposed to them.
So is the mayor right? Is it just a whole bunch of homeless people who unfortunately die from natural causes or from some illness and they're just buried in the bayous? And also, what about the college students who weren't homeless, who were also found floating in a bayou?
Houston police confirmed that 20-year-old Jade McKissick's body was found days after she disappeared.
All right, so the owner of that restaurant where she was last seen tells KPRC2 News that McKissick left the restaurant around 12:30, and she adds she seemed like herself as she went toward downtown. Sky 2 flew over the area where her body was found on the 15th. Again, how she got there and how she died is still very much a mystery. UH sent out a statement saying, in part, it is with profound sadness that we share the recent passing of one of our students. Jade Sage McKissick was a campus resident and student employee and a friend to many in our community.
So now she wasn't homeless and she wound up in the bayou too. And I don't think it was for a homeless funeral as the mayor was trying to place it. But obviously all of these deaths may or may not be connected. Who really knows? But we're leaving it in the hands of law enforcement and see. But my question to you, do you think something sinister is going on in Houston? Or do you think this is just a horrible, horrible coincidence? Don't forget to also like, share, subscribe to like our YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer. I'm out. Peace.